Hello everybody and welcome back to competitive multiplayer. So I'm just following Chainsaw back to the yard from the bale sell point where I flipped over in the previous episode. I paid him £100 to upright. I did say, everybody let me know in the comments section what you think I should have paid, and yeah, it was quite a unanimous opinion, yeah, about £100 would have been fine had it been real life. But since the economy is as it is in FS, 1,000 would have probably seemed more appropriate. So I have £900 to pay. So you've cost me £900. Ah, right, well, we'll get it done. And yeah, I'll try not to flip in future. It was a total accident. I didn't flip because I was speedy or anything. I unstrapped the bales accidentally because I thought that the light switch was L. But that's actually for ETS2. Right, so we just wait for Chainsaw to enter the field. I will just pay him the money. So we need to go onto the player list. Transfer money, and we want to do 900. And there we go. Right, so what we're going to do is spray the field. My field is seriously lacking fertilizer. I'm going to put this trailer into here. Now I was actually wondering if I should buy or lease a sprayer, and I've sort of come to the conclusion that probably buying would be a good idea, because if you think about it, it's something which is used quite often. I'm wanting to fertilise the field at least twice for each crop that we grow. It's a lot of leasing, it does add up. My next crop is actually almost ready, so we're going to head down to the store. We're going to go and pick it up. And yeah, it's going to be probably quite expensive, £60,000 or thereabouts. But that is for a bigger one, not just for a very small one. Now, we did have a bit of a play around in the features of FS multiplayer, which I haven't really done before. And as I mentioned before, the grant contractor, yeah, the time should be ×5. The grant contractor option is there so that you can allow people to work on your farm. Somebody actually mentioned this in my previous video, saying if you grant, if the shared farm grants both of you as contractors, does that mean you can use their silage pit? We've tried it, and I think you can do. So we should be able to put silage into the silage pit, which is great. That really is going to help. So I've sort of had the idea of maybe whole cropping my next field, but I don't know yet. Right then, so yeah, we could also use a fertiliser spreader, but I think the sprayer is better just because of the working width. So there's that one for 84,000, this one for 115, or this one here for 66,500, which seems pretty good. The working width of that is 18, that one is 36, and that one is 36 as well. But I just don't need anything quite as big. 24 for that one, actually. It's interesting. 21. Well, maybe that. It's you're sort of paying for the extra capacity, 4,600 litres. But yeah, that's it's a bit too tempting. That. The Hardy, £35,000. Well, I did honestly overlook that. I didn't think it could possibly be so good in comparison to the trail one, but it is. That is really good. Right, so this is where we're going to discover we need a front weight. We'll see. Might be lucky. So that leaves so much more money for liquid fertiliser, which isn't cheap. It really is expensive. But it improves the yield quite a bit. So it is worth it. It really is worth it. It will be good not to have a front weight just because of the reduced compaction. But yeah, I think we might be alright, you know. In real life you'd certainly have one. I think. I'm pretty sure you would. This must be quite heavy. It's a pretty big tractor though, this. 185 horsepower. Okay, yeah, so job number 1 of today. Yeah, I can feel it is a bit light. You must have to have a front weight. Job number 1 is to get the whole field covered, except for the piece which was ready before the rest of it, which is really annoying. If you go back a couple of episodes, you'll see that I started drilling and then we rested between 7:30 at night and 7:30 in the morning, and by the morning my first piece of crop had almost fully grown, and it had only been drilled the night before. So that was an absolutely rapid germination and growth, the whole lot. Amazing. So yeah, we might not be able to fertilise that little strip, but the rest of it certainly can be. There's Chainsaw. You can see him stacking his bales. Now, yeah, we actually did have a bit of a discussion about the variable bale capacity mod, and we have come to the conclusion that the best thing to do is actually to keep it on, but have a limit. So you can't just go and set a 4,000 litre bale as 10,000 litres or 20,000 litres. You're allowed 2,000 litres on top of what the standard is. So for example, a round bale, you can have 6,000 because it's a 4,000 litre. And a Heston bale you can have 8,000 because it's a 6,000 litre. Yeah, so just this one strip might not work. I will check. Yeah, you can't fertilise a fully grown crop. So I'm just in time, because it has grown much faster than I was anticipating. Actually, maybe I should have tram lines just to see exactly where I'm going. I know it's going to reduce the amount of crop we're going to have. It's also more realistic. I'm going to struggle to see where I have and haven't been. When we get to the top, I'll switch them on. Okay, so this is a bit of a annoying situation since that piece there has been done. We've just got to get up the centre and then we can finish off with the piece in between the two tram lines. That's my technical terminology. Right, so yeah, it's gone quite well. I just wish it wasn't quite as destructive on the turns. But I think this is the best way. We shouldn't really have crop destruction switched off. It should look quite good from above too. I'll fly up in the air in just a second. Okay. Right, so yeah, as you can see, it's a good crop. Very healthy. And there we go. All covered. So that is going to increase our productivity of the field. As I mentioned, I just don't know if we're going to do whole crop. I always forget if you can do whole crop on the second to last growth stage, or if you have to wait for it to be fully grown. In FS, that is not real life. Because really, I'd want to do it now, but I just don't want to hire a big forager and then find out that I can't do it. Okay, comes across here. That's annoying, but it's got to be done. So we'll head out of the field, and I guess the other thing that we could do is a bit of contracting. We can do contracts, I think, but they don't really pay that well, so maybe... Actually no, the other thing I need to do is fertilise my grass field. That certainly needs to be done. There is a large risk involved with doing anything to do with silage at the moment, just because there's so many things that might not work. We might not be able to tip in the silage pit, we might not be able to do the whole crop on the second to last growth stage. I might not even be able to... What was that? Oh, have I put that down? Whoops. Yeah, I might not even be able to afford all the machinery which is required. Chainsaw is fertilising his grass field. For anybody wondering about money, although it doesn't really apply that much because of the assets as well, I have 109,830. I think chainsaw is on about 50,000. No, 74. 74,345. So yeah, I'm gonna fertilise my field, my grass field, and then we'll see what the best thing is to do next. But it is important that the grass field is good. This is worth doing. It's already growing. Growing nicely. And this will probably take about 20 seconds as a time lapse. Perfect. So it's actually fully fertilised now. That doesn't need any more before the next cut. So we'll leave it to do its thing, such as grow, and then we'll be back in here doing either whole crop or bales again. So the sprayer can go in the shed, and then I really need to figure out if we can actually use that silage pit. Pretty sure we can do, because we are both contractors of the farm, of the shared farm, so it gives us access to things like the... Is it a lime station just around the corner here? There is something. Oh no, farm silo, sorry. Yeah, because that wasn't lit up before. Neither was the cow icon, actually. Ooh, traffic. Okay. There we go. Right, so yeah, bear with me. I'm just going to go and check the silage pit, see if I can actually use it. Well, there's no issues with it tipping, so it sort of makes me think that, yeah, you can do it here. Oh, and by the way, the shared farm does now own the biogas plant, but even though we're contractors, I'm not sure if we can use it. Nothing else has appeared on here, so it's a bit of a gamble. We might still be selling silage at the bale sale point, as that is the only one showing up on the list, but it's not guaranteed, but it's not very promising. I've had a good think about things. It's not worth it. It's not worth doing the whole crop at this stage. We've got the straw, we've got the oats. It's definitely going to be worth harvesting, but we have to wait since it isn't ready. So in the meantime, what we will do is we'll take a look at the contracting system, and we'll see if there is just something we can do really quickly. Okay, so there's fin number 10 just here. That is a strong contender. It's not for much money, but since we're not going to be renting any machinery for it, that's going to really help. Which is mine. That's mine. Yeah, that's something when you have the same machinery. Get mixed up. Whose is whose? I wonder if I can take the straw from this. That would be cheeky. It's a possibility, I guess. It's been so long since I've done a harvesting contract. All I'm doing is waiting for my field to ripen. Then no more contracts. We'll be just focusing on the farm. And actually focusing on buying fin number 3. I shall keep my baler and seed drill on hire. They're going to be very useful. Well, I made a good start, and hopefully that combine is going to sort itself out. Workers, they're so silly. Yeah, so 91%, we might as well get it tipped. There's not much point in just waiting for another full load when we can only fit 9% of a trailer in. So you probably saw me talking to Chainsaw there in the chat, talking about baling contracted fields. I can't see why we wouldn't be able to bale it. Chainsaw's probably going to bale his. I think he's doing the same sort of contract in a different size field. The only thing about this field is we don't have that beautiful view. But at least we don't own this field. I'm gonna try and buy fields over the other side. Now I think it wants to have it through here. Yes. Now it's kind of annoying that I don't have the Heston baler. I would like the Heston baler, and I can't get it without returning the other baler. However, that might be worth doing, since I can put 8,000 litres into a bale with a Heston. So we're not going to get paid a penny for this. This is all belonging to the farmer which we're doing it for. We can see the progress. 55%, wow. I think more has been harvested than I was expecting. 48 transported. That's pretty good. The remaining amount, which is left over, we get the money for. So we do win in many ways here, especially if I can get the bales. If I can get the bales, then yeah, it's going to be good, because the straw is worth about £150 per 1,000 litres. And if you do the maths on that, a Heston bale with 8,000 litres, it's not bad money. Not bad at all. Okay, I have no idea why it's done that. That's just weird. Hopefully it doesn't do it every time. There's no reason to. Good, it didn't do it again. So I'm going to go and get a baler. Let me just see how much it is to re-rent this one here. Oh, that's fine. I've left the baler in the silage pit. Although, how much is it to rent the Heston? Because that is going to be deducted from our profits, obviously. Is it worth just sticking with it? I know I'm very indecisive today. I'm just trying to do the best thing to make the most money. Okay, so 4,615, and that'll be deducted, plus the price to re-rent to this one. Yeah, okay. Maybe it is best just to bypass the wrapper on this one and then just do it with this. We can have bales up to 6,000 litres. That is the rule. Let's just go and see if it works. Quite a bit of trial and error. Okay. Yep, that always helps. Start it up. And I don't have access to the land. Okay, good job I didn't return it. Oh, by the way, if you wanted to know where Chainsaw is, for number 18, he's in an oat field. Not that really makes a difference since it is a contracting job. So we're going to focus completely on getting this harvest done, and then next time, definitely in our own field. We've got to get the oat done. Those oats need to be harvested, and we'll get the bales done. I probably will rent the Heston baler for my own field, because there's going to be quite a few bales out of it. There was last time. And then, after that, I am hoping, don't tell Chainsaw, to buy a field. Chainsaw does watch these videos, so right. This is the focus. So we're relying then on the extra, which is left over at the end. I'm hoping it'll be a good £2,000 or £3,000. Might be a bit optimistic, but that's why I need to harvest every single piece of wheat. Very important. I'll get the combine emptied, and then I think I'm going to... I'll probably take over harvesting, save a bit of money on the worker.
But I do what I like, and I do as I please. Ooh, 'cause I was born in the 90s. But I do what I like, and I
the final piece. Right, I'm pleased that this is done. Really because we've got so much harvesting to do. Got all the oat field as well. Although, I'll probably do what I did before. That'll be on a worker. I'll be doing the baling and carting and stuff. I want to get that done really quickly. Get that money in. I don't think I've missed anything here. And of course, yeah, I switched off swath mode. There's no point having it on. So we'll let that fill up. It probably won't all fit actually looking at that. But certainly whatever is left over will be ours. And probably a good bit of this is going to be ours as well. Since that is, what was it, 55%? And 94% in total because of the harvesting. So yeah, I think we should certainly get a couple of thousand out of the crop. That is full. Right, so we head off. There's probably barely anything left in the harvester. Once this is all done, we'll fly over to Chainsaw, see how he's getting on. That's a piece there, look. I did harvest several little sections like that, which were missed, and there was only 1 litre in them. 1 litre of grain, so it's not as good as it looks. Well, actually, no, it doesn't look good. It is just the slightest bit. Right, okay, here we go. So the first section is going to just disappear, and then suddenly a load of money should start entering our bank account, which you'll have seen probably many times before. Contracting is nothing new. If only they could make contracting like survival mode, instead of just a load of sort of generic contracts. Wow, look at that. 5,424 for what was left there. Then we have everything in the combine, which is probably not much, and then we have the contract itself. Doesn't seem too bad. Because it wasn't a very big field. What have we got? Come on, a few thousand litres. Highly unlikely. Oh, that's 1. 1.2. Still, could be worse. That is all ours. So it'll take seconds to sell. $832. So, since that is the end of everything, we might as well collect the money. 3,073, bringing our total to 118,819. Yeah, that could have been much worse. That doesn't seem bad for the amount of work involved. But I don't want to do many contracts. In fact, I might not do any more. They're not really my thing. It's just I had no choice today. Let me just take a look at that field. Is my field done? Not yet. But by tomorrow, or next week, tomorrow in game time, yeah, the field will be ripe. We can just start in there straight away. Got so much to do. And by the end of that episode, I'm hoping to have sold all of the grain and all the straw and possibly bought another field. Then the episode after that, or maybe even in that episode, we can start working in the new field. I need to think very strategically about which field to buy. If anybody has any suggestions, I would love to hear from you. I'll pack the combine up off screen. I don't think that's a very interesting thing to see. Oh, Chainsaw's here. Maybe he's finished as well. He probably made more, because I think the field he was doing was bigger. Well, there's field 10. Field 18. Oh, they're quite similar. Yeah, maybe a bit bigger. But he's all done, I think. Not too sure if he was harvesting or... Yeah, I think he was harvesting. Pretty sure it was this field here. It looks very similar in size. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.